early morning work or late night, depending on what side of the sunrise or sunset you're on. But it's early morning. I'm not a morning person, but I have to get this house built. So here I am. All right, as I've mentioned, I'm working on framing. And my videos, because they're a video journal, they come out in batches because whatever I'm doing, that's what the videos are. So I see I have a lot of drywall videos. Now I have some framing. So I went and found some scrapped wood that I'm going to use in some of these spots. Get this framed up. So this one's done. I need to put insulation in it. This one I haven't framed. You see I don't have any furring strips in here or anything like that. And the roof is not all the way anchored in. And then, as I've mentioned several times, that end piece needs to be designed because it's going to be a carved log with a couple of 4x4s that run up to it. And without further ado, let me go ahead and start doing the ceiling here and getting this all tucked in so that I can move forward with insulation today. I've already shot a bunch of videos of me and scrapping with the insulation monster, but I'll man up this time. Try not to complain at all, and just be a happy camper that I'm heading towards the end of my Connex with this part of the build. And then, I won't go on. Let's just focus on the framing. But it's super exciting for me, and the wheels are turning, and I'm looking forward to the next steps. For those just tuning in, you need to be aware that shipping containers, the roofs are crowned, and that shows up in a lot of things. If you weld two of them together, you're going to have a crown. You're going to have a valley down the middle where both of them are dumping half their water load right to there, and that could be a lot of water. For every inch of rain, I think I measured 340 gallons of water can come off the roof of one of these little guys. So anyway, it's crowned. So the middle part is higher than the end parts, and then the end parts have a reinforced beam that runs down it that takes a little notch out. So that's why you see me drive in a little narrow board right there. The little narrow board isn't to necessarily structurally hold the drywall. That'll be done through I'll show you here. Hold on. Most of the time when I'm done with the drywall, the header, see how I have a header there above the door? And then I have it's a custom cut, but that's like 1.25 inches, inch and something. It's cut out of a board piece that goes in there that ties it all together. And then I use my nail gun and or construction adhesive to tie it all together. So here in the framing, when I'm done with the drywall, you could see that there's a gap. Well, that gap won't exist. What I've done is I went and bought some antique salvage wood for in here in the bathroom. But in this spot, I thought maybe I'm going to try to drywall above the header. Kind of give you a different vibe in each room. I don't know. The benefit of putting a top piece on there is it keeps the dust out and no little critters will move in. But nonetheless, that little teeny tiny 1x furring strip is just there so I have something to attach the drywall to when I move forward. But when you build your shipping container home, just be aware of that crown and that the ends are a different dimensional space. It'll get you all the time, even when you're aware of it. So you'll always be notching around that I-beam and managing that crown. Typically above these headers, I bring in additional blocking, but I've decided I'm going to go ahead and run a furring strip in there anyway, so I have a little something to hold the drywall until I bring in the blocking. Sometimes I don't get to it right away. Usually I get to it right away, but I don't want the drywall to pick up a wave while it's waiting for me. Let's see if I can even get this in there. If you ever see little black marks anywhere in my house, it's because I missed with a rubber mallet while driving something in. I try not to, but alas, I do. Now I try to move this insulation out of the way so it doesn't get grabbed, but it gets grabbed anyway. And once it gets grabbed, man, it's a bitch. Oh, I got an idea. Here we go. I'm struggling here, but I got a better idea. Get it up there. I need to band it this side. Nothing's easy. It is hard to do a job by yourself sometimes. If I had another person, they could hold this little piece of trim up for me, or while I'm driving it in, help guide it in. But I will admit, I do get a lot more exercise this way, up and down, up and down. All right, a good bit of work done here. So I'm heading towards that is the end of the inside of this particular shipping container. So pretty exciting stuff. So I've got it all furring stripped in, and keep in mind that it's bolted to the wall too. So those are strong. And then I cut them up so that the insulation will just tuck in there as best as possible. It would have been easier to do those at 48, but with the corrugation, I ended up moving boards to align better with the corrugation, if there happened to be a hook somewhere. And then the windows are balanced. So, scooching it around, oddly, your eye sees 6 inches, right, and goes, oh, that doesn't look right. So I move things around. So all of these furring strips are in. This evening after I eat, I'll go ahead and put on my jumpsuit and get insulation in here so that I can go ahead and drywall this part, these 4 bays. And, I build a bay at a time, so it takes me a little while because I do all the finishing work. I finished the electric that needed to be done. I cut the furring strips and got those in. And sometimes I call it framing because I'm using 2x4s on their side, all treated. Everything's ground contact in here or cedar. Remember, the name of the channel is 1,000-Year Home. So everything I do is premium, including the treated lumber. When and if the Formosan termites land here in this part of Texas, they'll have a hard way to go inside this house because the mineral wool abrades their exoskeleton and the treated lumber will kill them. That copper will last there for forever, as long as the, I don't know, what is it, copper sulfate or something that's deadly to both mold and termites. So theoretically, this could last 1,000 years if it, as long as Texas doesn't go underwater or a meteorite hit or something terrible, like, a full F5, Wrath of God kind of a thing. Or just neglect the people that own it if they, let dogs inside and pee inside. You've all seen rental homes that have gone to heck, hoarder home. So there's ways to destroy a 1,000-year house, just like there was ways to destroy castles, right? And ways to destroy pyramids and ways to destroy big civil things. But this will be designed to last 1,000 years. So the framing here is all good. The insulation that I have is 15 by 48. So most of the time I try to hit that in a bay, more or less. I'll shift things a little bit. If you watched, I notched around each power box right here. See that? How I notched around the power box and to get the, the 15 inches there, 15 inches there, just so that it fits better. As I'm doing my final check through, and I always do that, I see I'm missing some cross pieces here and an end piece there. So I'll get those, and then the roof's all ready for drywall. So I've got all of the bracing in, all of the rafters, all of the rafter ties, everything that I'll need to put drywall up there. And of course the ceiling light, well, that's a fan. I was debating running lights off of that over to here in my bed, but again, in an earlier episode, you saw that I decided to hang like a cool ultra mod light from there on a chain. So, and then I just have this part, which will include French doors to exit and some carved timber. And this end part won't be easy. It'll be complex. So let me get all that done. I might skim coat everything in here as well. It depends on what the rain is. Like if I'm stuck inside and I have the tape and the drywall mud, I'll just start taping, right? So, but heading towards the end and it feels good. This is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. Like, subscribe, follow me along. Bye.